can't get a grasp on it.
I would say
We
that
weren't meant to get a grasp on it.
I'm 99% certain that when we die, our brains shut down. We no longer have electrical impulse.
Morty in Detroit, what do you guys think? You guys...
Do you believe in God?
Do we believe in ghosts?
No, God.
I think it's boiling down to, do you guys believe in God?
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like, there's proof that there's no God, but I grew up believing in God, and, you know, nothing's going to change that, you know? So regardless of what happens, I'm always going to believe in God. I'm always going to believe that there's a heaven. I know, like, the proof does show that, like, it could be possible that there is no God or no heaven, but that's not going to stop me from believing my beliefs, you know?
Well, the whole point is it's about faith. You don't know, you know.
I don't know, but like I said, you don't know that there are no unicorns. But you generally, when someone brings up unicorns, you think that's obviously fictional. It's ridiculous. But the idea of a guy that can turn water into wine, well, that's in the Bible. Why is that not ridiculous?
Dude, this is getting heavy, dude.
Pressing, I know. And you want to believe what your parents told you, and you got to think your parents, they believe because their parents told them.
16-bit. Look at what happened to you in the past year. The Evo, going to Mortal Kombat. You don't think that was destiny?
I think that was luck and hard work. Dude. I toiled.
Come on.
I toiled in mediocrity for 6 years. I earned what happened.
A lot had to go right for that to happen.
And that happens. That's nature. Sometimes things go right. Tekken wasn't my game. Things didn't go right. A game came out that was my game, and I worked hard, and I listened to people that helped me, and I made it work. That medal. God had nothing to do with it. This podcast is hella heavy, man.
Yes, it is. Oh, wow. So, Morty in Detroit, what's your top 5 and bottom 5 in MK9?
Players or characters? Or
characters.
For me, I'd say Cabal, Katana, Jax. And yeah, I'm just looking at the list. I think Sonya could be up there. And
Sonya in top 5?
I think Freddy Krueger's underrated.
Wow. That's the first Freddy we've had in the top 5.
True.
I don't think it's that crazy. I mean, he's really unexpected.
His zoning is crazy.
Does he? So his 50-50 isn't safe anymore?
I don't think. No, it's not safe anymore. Because the fucking ground claws really punish him now.
So, I mean, wouldn't Kano be kind of like a better version of Freddy then?
Kano doesn't have that projectile frame traps, though.
Well, I guess he wasn't, like, so they are both kind of versions of each other. Like, Kano is more of an up-close Freddy Krueger, and Freddy Krueger is more of like a zoning Kano.
No, what are you talking about?
They're not even close, dude.
What do you mean?
They're
like, they both have...
different.
They both have that projectile, that knife, or that claw. That's essentially the...
No!
No.
How is it not?
Because Freddy, when you block a claw, you have to respect his frame trap.
Oh yeah, I understand that. His zoning is a lot better than Kano's. But their zoning, or like... But Kano, when he gets in, his 50-50 is...
Yeah.
And Freddy is when he gets in, it's not as safe, but his zoning is better. So it's like, it's almost like a Katana Melina thing, where Katana's all about zoning, and Melina's kind of about zoning, but she can get in and do, like, you know, a really good 50-50.
I think this is kind of a stretch.
I think Freddy's 50-50 options can kind of be made safe. It just depends. Like, if you're going for a full combo, you probably don't want to... I mean, if you're just going to do the 50-50 into a ground spike, that's obviously a risk. But if you were to do any of his low or overhead options, cancel that into a nightmare stance and away teleport, you're probably not going to get punished for it.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's true. similar to Scorpion, you can choose whether to go for the combo or in a safer option.
I think Freddy's at his best when he can pin you down full screen, because you have to jump, and jumps get capitalized on. He has a good stand one. He has a good down one. His Nightmare Stance 1 is a good anti-air option. I mean, his
Nightmare Stance kind of blows up some projectiles.
The fact that he retreats and lowers himself, that's really underrated.
Yeah, it blows up Katana's fans.
What do you think about the Freddy Krueger Katana matchup?
I've barely played it, but I think it kind of sucks for her. Like, he definitely, she can't win the zoning battle, I don't think. Otherwise, up close, I think probably about even. But like I said, I've barely played it.
Do you still think?
What? Sorry, what?
Do you still think Kano's a bad match for Katana?
It's probably about even.
Even?
Yeah, probably.
Is Kano good, or do we? I mean, no one ever talks about him.
No, he's not good.
I think he's just kind of.
He seems like he's got everything.
His normals are too slow, dude.
He has up ball to keep you in check.
Yeah,
he's got up ball. He's got a safe 50-50. He's got a good projectile. He can do stuff in the air. Like, what's wrong with him?
He feels clunky, dude. I don't know.
By the way, I think people put too much in the speed of normals. I think people look at a normal and they're like, oh my god, it's frames, it's useless. When there's a lot of moves that are slow like that, where you use them because you've put the opponent in a position where they're forced to not do what they're gonna do. Like, what I'm trying to say is like with Kano. Yeah, Kano's normals are slow, but he has the up ball that's gonna make you want to block, which then opens up him doing those normals.
I think he's underrated. I don't understand it.
Kano?
Yeah.
I think when I went to CEO, there was this guy, JT Circus, played Kano, and I thought he was one of the best Kanos that I had ever played. I'm actually kind of disappointed anymore, but his whole thing was he would just constantly do tick throw setups and use the frame advantage from the command throw block, and I think Kano really sets himself up for good offense from an air throw or a command throw. I just think he's kind of the character. He's just waiting for the right player to play him.
Yeah, see, that's another. Like, I didn't even think about that style of offense. But he's got a good 50-50 too. It seems like he's got everything, but no one's doing anything.
People say it's really easy to fuzzy guard that 50-50.
I don't know, man. I'm not a believer in. I think there's always a way around.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Have you ever noticed that everything is supposedly fuzzy guarded?
I think that's dog shit. I think like you can fuzzy guard certain things. Like, what's a good example? Like, okay, Quan Chi, he does jump in punch and then that low and then overhead, or he just jump in punch, and let's say he jails it off the jump and punch.
Yeah.
Okay, that you can fuzzy guard. But I think
the overhead is much slower than the low, right?
Right, that you can fuzzy guard. But I think you can make the timing of your low to hit at the same time as the overhead to where it's not fuzzy guardable then.
By instead of jailing it, delaying it.
Right, like don't jail it, let yourself land, and then do it.
I agree.
I think fuzzy guarding's overrated.
Detroit, so what's your top 5 in the game?
Melina, Cabal, Katana. I want to put Cyrex up there.
Yeah.
And Jax.
That's soft.
The bottom 5.
It's a good one. I think Jade, Sindel.
Striker.
Just to figure that out.
Did you guys see the Striker video we did?
No, I haven't seen
I don't know
it.
what you're talking about.
New Tech.
I need to remind Pig to upload that.